on one page. Okay. So starting at the intersection, where on the coordinate plane is the intersection of the two crossroads? Bridget. 0, 0. So from here, we come down to the sign on the road that tells us where to go. So you have Albertsville. From the origin is 8 miles to the left. So you put a point at -8. And we'll call that A for Albertsville. Okay? From the origin, then you have Blossville, 3 miles in which direction? Stephen?
Up.
Up.
Or forward.
Or north, whatever it is. But obviously, from the origin, 3 units up. We'll call that B for Blossville. Cheyenne. Charlie, from the origin, where?
12 miles.
Right. Don't go 12 miles from where you left off at 3. From the origin, it's 12 miles. And then, Kelly, what about Dewey Falls?
6 miles.
Which direction?
To the right.
Okay. Now we'll answer the questions. We've already said that the intersection is 0, 0, or you can write the word origin. They both mean essentially the same thing. Okay? If you are asked, though, and I bring this up because I see it every now and then when we do quizzes and tests. If I ask you the coordinates of the origin, some kids just put 0. And you can't do that because every point on a coordinate plane has to have 2 representations, the x and the y. So it's got to be 0, 0 if I ask you for the location of the origin. Kaylee.
Do you have to put the 0 and 0 in parentheses?
That's usually the way you always list ordered pairs in parentheses. Would I take off on a quiz or test? No. But it's like the Roman numerals with the quadrants. I kind of want you to get the language of math down, so I would include the parentheses. And I would like you to put the quadrants, and I bring it up because it's on your review sheet this week, put the quadrants in Roman numerals. All right, I taught it to you. Okay, and what's the distance between Albertsville and Dewey Falls? Smiley. 14 miles. How many got that? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 miles. Got a question for you. I was going to get to that, actually. What's the easier way to do it? Anthony. Yeah, you add their distances from 0, which in essence is their absolute values. The absolute value of -8 is 8. You're 8 units away from 0. The absolute value of 6, obviously, is 6. And if you add it together, you get 14. Now let's take it a step further. What about the distance between Blossville and Cheyenne? Try what?
Easy way. If you're subtracting a negative and a positive, you take away the negative and then you just make it add it.
That's right. That's what absolute value is. Right? Your negative becomes positive, your positive stays positive, and you add it. Okay? Which is really the whole gist of what lesson 9 is about. Because if you know the rule, you can do this any point as long as they can't be diagonal from each other. But if they're both this way, look at my fingers. If they're both horizontal or both vertical, you can take the shortcut. What about Blossville and Cheyenne? Bella. 9 miles. Bells, do you know what the shortcut is without having to count the boxes? What's the shortcut? You subtract the absolute values. Okay? In this case, it's 9. I'm sorry, it's what? 12 take away 3. Okay? That's what the whole lesson 9 is about. I'm going to show you the strategies and the tricks so you don't have to do every point on a coordinate plane.
Is it like the x-axis if you're doing like both of those, not like A and B?
Yeah.
On the x-axis, you add, and then on the y-axis.
Right, but you can also we're going to also do points that don't fall on an axis, and you could follow the same rules and it will work. Okay? Let's go to example 1. All right, the trick is that you don't always need a coordinate plane to figure this out. Calculating the distance between two numbers on a number line requires that you find the absolute value first, and that tells you how far each coordinate is from 0. Now here's the rules that you got to kind of remember. If the points are on opposite sides of 0, and another way to remember it is if they're in two different quadrants, then you add their absolute values together. If they're in the same quadrant or on the same side of 0, you subtract their absolute values. We'll practice it. Okay, we have 2 points, -4, 0 and 5, 0. What I want you guys to do, and it does help, is you make a little visual model. I call it a mini coordinate plane. Make a mini coordinate plane. You don't have to label any numbers or any axes or any points or any boxes. You just kind of want to get a visual of where these points would be if you actually plotted them. Throw it out. Okay. I'm going to call on somebody. I need you to come up and show me approximately where -4, 0 would be on the coordinate plane. Max, come on up. Have you do it in blue. That's it. It's about right. Doesn't have to be exact. What about 5, 0? Antonio, come on up. Put it right on the line, a little darker. You got it. All right, that's approximately where it would be. Gives us a visual. And that's going to help us now to determine whether we're going to add or subtract our absolute values. All right, next question. Which coordinate is different? Here's my x. And again, here's my y. Which one is different? Antonio. My x is. Those are the values that I'm going to have to do something with these numbers. Now, are the points on opposite sides of 0 or the same side? Bell. Right. You got one to the left of 0 and one to the right of 0. You can abbreviate opposite with OPP. That's fine. Now here's where you've got to apply the rule. And for now, you just go back and look at it again. Okay, I've determined it's opposite, and I've got to look at my rule for opposite. And it says if it's opposite, we add their absolute values. And since we've determined that the coordinate that's different is our x, what's the absolute value of -4? Just say it. What's the absolute value of 5? Add it. What do you get?
9.
The 2 points are 9 units apart. Okay? Let's try another one. Same rules. Same steps, but I add this in here just so I want you to know the difference between vertical and horizontal. Make a mini coordinate plane. And again, I'll call somebody up to put the points, put them both in approximately where they would be. All right, Mikey, come on up. And 0, -11. Looks good. You want to stay up there and keep going? All right. If you were to connect the dots, does it form a vertical line or a horizontal line? Oh, no. Up and down is vertical. Okay? It's good to review it because vertical's up and down. Horizon, everybody look, is this way. Okay? All right. Which coordinate's different, the x or the y?
Y.
Yep. Points, same side or opposite? Right, same. Easiest way to remember same and subtract start with the same letter. Okay, so subtract their absolute values. Go ahead, Mike. Right. Mike, you have better handwriting than I do.
5. should I just like?
Well, first, right, subtract their absolute values. And the difference is what you said, 5. Everybody get it? One more, and then you guys will have plenty of time to do the exercises and even probably get to the homework. One more. All right, now we have 2 points that are not going to lie on an axis, but the same rules will apply. Make them into CO or CP. Coordinate plane. Same thing, I'm going to call somebody up to plot the points -3, 3, and -3, and -5. Ant-Man. Use red. Got to be careful here. There is one point that's not right. Think. Fix your coordinate plane too. All right, good. Go back. -3, +3. Better. Yep. -3, -5. All right, good. Now, if you connect it, vertical or horizontal line? Put V for vertical. You can abbreviate, guys, if you want. Which is different, X or Y?
Wait, shouldn't I do that one too?
You already did. Negative. You have 2 points. You have -3, 3, and then the -3, -5 is the one in quadrant 3. Which coordinate's different? I don't know if you guys will realize this, but any vertical line, when you have the vertical, automatic, the coordinate that's different is the Y. If you have horizontal, the coordinate that will always be different is the X. All right, same or opposite? All right, be careful here. No.
Wait.
Can we just abbreviate
Oh,
for that one? though?
No, that one I want you to write out because it's only 4 letters. It is opposite. If you want to do OPP for opposite, I'm okay with that. All right? If you guys get hung up on whether it's same or opposite, ask yourself this. Are the points in the same quadrant or different quadrants? If it's different, it's opposite. Okay? All right, add or subtract their absolute values. He gets the assist. You get the put out. That's what you got to remember. Opposite is add, same subtract. Okay, do it. What's the distance? Add their absolute. Which coordinates are different? Add their absolute values. 8 is right. Everybody got it? Answer keys are hanging up, but if you've stuck on anything, come and see me. I'm here to help. Okay? You should be able to get done and even start the problem set. If you get stuck, come and see me.